ladies. Hey, I just want to pop on and I want to kind of give you the basics of Seint. You're going to be getting your makeup, and there's so much excitement wrapped around that. And I know it can be a little confusing, and there's some things that are probably going to come up for you that we have not talked about. And I am always here. You can text me, you can message me, you can call me, whatever you want to do. I can go by your house again. I'm happy to do that. You can come by my house. We can walk through everything again. Whatever you guys want to do, I want you to love your makeup as much as I love mine. This is one of the palettes, and you guys know they're magnetic, and this is one of the tins. And so you're just going to open that tin up, and you're going to put it inside the palette in any order. I like, now this is not something that you've probably seen. This is Demi. This is something I use. But you're going to put your tins in the order, like your color corrector, your main, and so on. So it's a little easier for you to use. And what I wanted to do is just kind of give you guys a little kind of replay, little reminder of, you know, how we're doing the makeup. This is my palette, and I just got home from vacation last night, and it's my palette's a little messy right now, but this is a smaller one that I like to take with me when I travel. And it's got everything, you know, the basics, because you know when you're on vacation and stuff, it's all about simplicity, and really I'm all about simplicity all the time. So anyways, this side of my face I already did real quick, and I'm going to show you on this side. But what I'm going to do first is, as you know from talking to me about the makeup, I have a mirror over here, and I'm going to kind of look in that and look at this too. But I'm going to put my contour on first, about right here. And our contour is part of our coverage. So it's not like I'm going to put contour on and then put my main and my brightener and everything all on top of each other. I just put it where I need it. And basically I'm just going to, you know, put it about right there. I want to stay about in the middle of my eye and up on my cheekbone. And I'm not going to blend that in yet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my main color, which is June. And I like a little bit of a medium to fuller coverage, but I don't like a heavy coverage. So I really like to use this brush, and I think a lot of my clients order this brush because I encourage it. It's a really great brush. It doesn't pick up a ton of product. I didn't bring my spray in here to clean my brush with, but you can totally just wipe it off on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dip it into my June very lightly, not putting a lot. It gets very little product, and I'm just going to tap it in, and I'm going to tap around that contour. I don't need to go on top of that, because when I blend that out, it's going to be part of my coverage. And when I'm contouring, you know, everybody kind of contours differently. And you need to just do it the way that you're comfortable with. And so like what I like to do is I like to come down here on the bottom of my chin area, and you don't even have to come to this. I kind of stop about right here. And then what I like to do is right away I like to blend that out, because it's really easy to forget that. And so I'm just going to take my brush and I'm going to blend that out. I already have a little bit of Bella, our bronzer, on my neck, and I will show you that step on this side of my face. And so like what I was just saying, I still have this, you know, my contour there. Now you can also contour your nose, and the way that you would do that is you're just going to take your brush and your contour, and you're just going to go down the top of your nose there. Okay, and just you can start up in this area and kind of come all the way down and kind of sweep it across the bottom of your nose. And if you don't wear bangs like I do, you can just pick up your hair or you know, whatever you, and you're gonna do the same thing across here. If you don't have, I don't have a real wide forehead, so if I contour, like if I'm wearing my bangs back or to the side, I would do it about in this area, because like if you take your two fingers, that's gonna kind of tell you where you need to create that shadow. But if you have a really wide forehead, you can come up higher, okay? Especially if you're wearing your hair back off your face and you want your forehead to appear smaller. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blend that that contour a little bit, and I'm always going to be blending up. I'm not going to blend down. It kind of drags it. You're trying to lift your face and create shadows, okay? And then, like I said, I already did that. And then I'm going to turn my brush around because the nose is a little bit more delicate area, and I just kind of want to sweep that, blend it out, and I will be touching that up a little bit. And if you didn't get this brush, no problem. You probably got this one, okay? Same thing. Gives a very light, nice coverage. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brightening color and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tap, and I like to tap a little bit on this end, kind of place it about right here and right here, kind of come down your face. You can do down here and in this area, and it just kind of creates this brightening of your face, kind of in the center of your face where a lot of people would be looking. I like to put it up here because it kind of lifts this area and it cleans up any eyeshadow that may have fallen out, or just, you know, you don't want your eyeshadow down here. You want it up here where your brow ends, right? Do you like that? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blush, and what I like to do is I like to use a little bit of powder blush, which we do not sell, but Seint is all about mixing other products with Seint. It's not all about Seint, and you may find there's things that you love about Seint and there's things that you don't necessarily care for, and you can use other product. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now is I'm going to be having a mask on today. My mom's going through chemo, and I try to be really careful with her. So what I like to do, and you can do this anytime, is I find a blush. You know, I have certain blushes that I love. So I find a powder blush that's close to one of the ones that I love, and what I'll do is I'll just tap on that, and I'll put a little bit down by my contour, okay? Kind of blend that around a little bit. I'm not trying to sweep it away. I'm just, you know, blending a little bit. I'm not going to be doing this dragging type thing. It's just like a dabbing motion. And then what I'm going to do is I can take my finger, I can take the end of one of my brushes, whatever you like doing more. And I'm just going to set that on there, a couple of little dabs of the color Madrid that looks very similar to the color, the powder color. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to blend that out. The thing about cream is it is so easy to use, and it's so forgiving that if you make a mistake, you know, or you feel like, oh, I got, you know, like maybe I got too much down here, let me blend that out, right? Make sure I blended out all of the contour. Then what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of one of our highlighters, and I just dab it with my finger, and I'll just kind of go down my nose right here. In the middle of the day like today, you know, it's a Sunday. I'm not doing a ton of makeup. I'm just doing a very easy kind of look. I just want a little bit of, you know, but I mean, if you have a special occasion and you want a little bit more illuminator and that kind of stuff, we have so many different ones that are so pretty. And then my last step that I like to do before I spray on my setting powder is I like to take my sponge and I just go over like what I did to just pick up any excess. Now there's two things you can do here. I like them both. I like a matte finish, not so much a really dewy kind of finish. And so what I will do is I take our setting powder, it's called Vanilla Dust, and I will just, you can tell it's very well loved. It's this one right here. And I'm just going to take one of the brushes that I've already been using. Doesn't matter that it already has, you know, makeup and stuff on it. The stuff is just so easy to blend into the skin. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set that in there. I kind of like to go over everything, not just by my eyes. I have a lot of texture around my eyes and that kind of thing, so I don't want to put a bunch of powder around that area, so I will just go very lightly because powder sometimes will cake. This just kind of takes away some of that sheen, and then also I like to use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and I will just spray a little bit on, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll take that same thing and just kind of set it. Okay, then put a little bit of, I already had a little bit of the Madrid color on my lips, because you know our blush is for the cheeks and the lips. Okay, awesome, and eyeshadow too. Anyways, gals, please let me know if you have any questions. I know this is like a really quick little thing, but I wanted to get it out there, and I'm happy to do more videos, slow it down. Any questions you have, just let me know, okay? Thanks a lot.